Which one of these vegetables has been pickled the least, sir?
Oh, got a fresh batch of starfish leeks.
And are they particularly bitter?
Oh, yes. Nearly inedible, but only nearly.
Perfect. I'll take 3.
Just to the side of the front desk, labeled with a neon garlic bulb that coruscates through different colors in a neat glass artful arrangement, there are stairs that lead down to the bar.
Well, after you, young people.
Of course. Shall we go then? And I begin heading towards, I'm very ginger about my robes, because I very clearly, they're a little too long and I do not know how to walk in them and I don't want to step on them because I will trip and eat shit or get them dirty. Either one, a bad outcome.
The 7th door robes are rough.
Yeah, they're made of hair. The 7th, the 7th door robes are a hair shirt. I'm real glad to be out of them.
There is a medium-long bar down there in front of a long wall with jars, and they seem to contain various pickled vegetables, each vegetable more exotic than the last. There is a very elderly-looking barkeep who seems to be just wiping glasses clean and dry. There are maybe 3 guests at a table. They seem to be dividing what looks to be fireworks from various packages into their own personal satchels. It looks like they're preparing to leave to head to the roof for the celebration, if you had to guess.
Well, shall we?
Yes, I suppose I'd offer to buy you a bit of refreshment, but I suppose as a red priest you would refuse then?
Profusely. Mm-hmm.
Then Moth, may I treat you to a fine beverage?
That would be lovely.
I reach to the very scant amount of coins beneath my robes and say, what would you recommend, barkeep?
Oh, it'll be 2 pence each.
I hand over my last pence.
Well done, young man.
He got rid of mass. That is admirable. You are handed a snifter glass, which kind of like a tulip glass, if I recall correctly. The odor coming off of it is herbal. The liquid is clear, and judging by the matching bottles on the shelf, this might be the only beverage they have on offer.
Oh, what a bouquet.
What does it taste like so that I may reject it?
I will. Well, I think I must let it breathe first. Cheers, Moth.
Clink glasses together.
Take a little snoot and probably sputter. What does it taste like, Chris?
I'm imagining, what if Jagermeister was a vodka? I can't say I'd recommend it.
Okay. Well, I guess this more of a sort of, herbal after dinner sort of drink. Are there similar beverages in the swamp, Moth?
It's quite pungent.
That is in the word. Yes. I eye the people with their fireworks.
Yeah, they look like they're just about ready. They're kind of fighting over who should take the biggest rocket, each one of them deferring to the other. But it seems like as soon as they settle that, they'll be headed up to the feast on the roof. Darlo, they're distracted by the beverages and the other occupants down here in the basement, but you pick up the music that's playing, somewhat muted, but it sounds like several lions roaring at the bottom of a well, with the counterpoint being like energetic tuba playing. At this point, you might be grateful it's muted. I don't know how the Red Priests feel about sound waves, like as a concept or music, but regardless of one's background, it's what if house music, but large cats.
It feels terrible. I'm but a confessor, a cauterizer of the festering wound of sin, and this is testing my patience.
Well, perhaps some convivial conversation that you could reject would be pleasing to you then. Moth, as well, I was noticing as we descended into this fine establishment, there are all these protuberance of vegetables in nature here in these jars upon the wall. I would like to know, just as a sort of get to know you, Darlo, how would you reject this vegetable here? And Moth, do any similar vegetables grow in the swamp from whence you come?
Yes, Moth.
So we
I'm
find
very curious.
in the swamp, I recognize quite a few of those bulbous vegetables that are in those jars. We tend to have a lot of spring onions and garlic that grows out in the swamp. Some of very toxic plants, though, that mimic those, that will kill you immediately.
Oh, how exciting.
I suppose if it's a simplistic vegetable for consumption to keep up one's strength, I suppose is acceptable, but anything beyond that, I would turn my nose at it gladly.
So boiled mush then.
Preferably. Yes.
Intriguing.
Noticing your interest, the barkeep says, "Oh," points at the jars on the shelf. 1 pence. And he kind of gestures around, trying to determine which jar of pickled vegetables you might be interested in.
Which one of these vegetables has been pickled the least, sir?
Oh, we got a fresh batch of starfish leeks.
And are they particularly bitter?
Oh, yes.
Mm.
Nearly inedible, but only nearly.
Perfect. I'll take 3.
Oh, that'll be 3 pence. Thank you. And he moves to the jar and pulls out a smaller jar and with tongs starts like carefully transferring them over.
Darlo takes them, pays the money, and then puts one out in front of Moth and Gormer and says, "What do you think?"
Moth eats one immediately.
You can chew forever on this thing, which could be a perk depending on how you feel about chewing, I guess.
I look at it nervously and twist my ink-stained fingers in the side of my mustache, and then my stomach does rumble audibly, and say, "Well, it would be rude to refuse such a generous gift of vegetationist nature from a new friend. So, bottoms up."
I hope it's putrid.
Good, very much is.
It reminds me of home.
Oh,
Yeah, the forward taste is rough, but as you chew, it gets sweeter and savory. You know, I got to say it at least once per recording now. But there's a hint of a delightful umami on the back end after about 5 to 7 minutes of chewing.
Darlo will take his and put it somewhere in his cloak. And just boop. For later, perhaps.
After a while, Gormer, who's still been chewing with a grim expression on his face, though less grim, is, it sort of warms up to you after a while.
Do your gums and teeth hurt yet?
No, it becomes quite delightful if you chew on it for an exceedingly long period of time. However,
keep going. Don't swallow it.
Very well. For science, I suppose. I will describe the taste, though. When I first bit into it, when I was but new at the academy, there's a little bit of delightful hazing that happens to all the young aspirants, I'm told. Not only to me, but to all of the young aspirants. And one of the more advanced students used the metaphysical concept of a mouth as a door to make my mouth a gate to a dimension made purely of tar for a brief period of time while I was asleep. And just good old, student pranks. That's what it tasted like, though, when I first bit into it. What little I can still taste after that, but,
Sounds wretched.
It was.
Thought it tasted like a strange onion, but that's very poetic.
I'm glad the barkeep approves. So, could you tell us more about this festival?
Yeah. What?
How is it celebrated in this hotel up on the 6th floor?
He sees you kind of gesture upwards. Oh, the Feast of the Chiliarch?
Yes. Are there any local customs to this fine establishment?
Oh, my favorite part is shooting fireworks at the other rooftops. It's a bit of a battle. You have to be spry and dodge, or accurate as you line them up, but one never knows where a fire will go. It's very exciting.
Oh, that would explain those gentlemen's fierce advocacy for the large rocket.
It's an honor to shoot the biggest rocket at the feast.
I see, and I've forgotten to purchase any fireworks.
Oh, there will be some for sale up on the roof, I'm sure.
Excellent. Well, I finished this fine cocktail and continue to chew on this strange pickled onion.
Don't swallow it.
Of course, I would hate to be rude.
My heart wants me to just stay at the bar the whole time. It's going to be the adventure. But my instincts for pacing tell me this might be a good time to tell you we should move on. Back to the lobby, and then you have a decision of the lift or the stairs.
Well, the stairs would be my first choice.
Yes, I was curious about that, Darlo. In the orders, do you deny all physical experience? Because on one hand, from what I've read of your order, it would seem that to take the stairs would be to experience the physical world more fiercely, because you are moving your muscles and then more present in your body. But then to take the elevator would be to allow yourself some comfort or ease. So it seems quite a theological pickle, if you don't mind the reference to our recent events for us.
Very good point, yes. But in the sense, the more difficult path is the one that should be chosen, especially in those around you. So, if I were to take on the sin of enjoyment, or dwell too much in the act of going up the stairs, I can do nothing but sit here and be caught in that conundrum. So, I say, take the stairs, go as slow as possible, and hope that they stretch on forever. What do you think, Moth?
My preference would be the stairs.
Yes. Perfect.
Gotta get your steps in, the bartender says.
Oh.
In case you
Then we're in
weren't sure
agreement.
which NPC that was.